Any health-related information on the following show provides general information only. Content presented on any show by any host or guest should not be substituted for a doctor's advice. Always consult your physician before beginning any new diet, exercise, or treatment program.
Welcome to Accelerated Health with SaraBanta. I'm a busy wife, mom of 3, and an NANP certified supplement professional, but that's not all. I'm also the founder of the multi-award-winning Accelerated Health Products, a brand offering innovative, scalar-enhanced, natural supplements to optimize your health. And this podcast is not just some information, it's a community. We're all here to learn and grow on our health journeys, and this is the springboard to learning, and the free group coaching on Telegram is where we continue learning together. You ask your questions. I post tips and tools every day to deepen your health, to keep you motivated to moving forward. So here's what you can expect. New episodes every Monday and Wednesday with in-depth health discussions and expert guests. And then the hot topic issues that are in the news every Friday to keep things interesting, and then followed with the health group coaching on Telegram. The details are on my website at SaraBantaHealth.com. There's no downside in learning on the group coaching. Just join and sit back and listen to others and listen to me, and you will see your life change. Have you thought about detoxing, but you're a little nervous? Those detox flu symptoms? Well, I've created over 10 unique, easy detox cleanse programs, from just getting your pooping situated, right, with the colon cleanse, to a parasite cleanse, to a candida cleanse, to the liver flush cleanse, to the big one, the accelerated diet cleanse that cleanses the liver, resets the hormones, gets that weight off, gets you off that plateau, lifts the brain fog, and does all of it all in once in 30 days. And you will actually feel great starting day one. So take my detox quiz on the website to find out which one's right for you. And if you're not ready for a cleanse and you just want to start with some supplements, just contact me through the website at SaraBantaHealth.com, fill out the free supplement protocol, and I will personally put together a protocol for you. Just by taking a few steps forward with your health, you will change your life, and you will see, and I will be here every step of the way. So today, we're talking about vegan and vegetarian friendly supplements, how to get all the nutrients. And I'm not a vegan. Most people know that I promote eating that wild animal protein, but everyone's different. I have family members that have been vegan. They got benefit from it, and now they're eating some meat because there were some side effects. It has gained popularity, just like keto and carnivore and paleo. They've all gotten more popular because we're so sick that we're trying to figure out which macronutrient to eject out of our diet so we can feel better. That's the goal, right? But here's the thing. Most people feel better when they first switch to a vegan diet, not because of what they started to eat, but because of what they stopped eating. So most people transitioning are switching from that standard American diet, where they're eating a lot of processed foods. 70% of the American diet is processed foods, inflammatory seed oils, the refined sugars, conventionally raised meats. And when you eliminate these GMO-laden foods, the inflammation-causing foods that cause oxidative stress, accelerated aging, insulin resistance, and leaky gut, your body is going to feel better. So almost anything is going to be an improvement. And your body says, okay, now I can rest. But about after 6 months, the benefits of veganism or vegetarianism diminish, and then symptoms of nutritional deficiency start to set in. And I would say that this mostly happens with vegan diets. You will have nutritional deficiencies on all the other diets, but more on a vegan diet, because so many nutrients come from that amazing wild animal protein that I always talk about. So what are the symptoms to look for? Well, I got a call from a family member saying, Sara, my gums are white. Why are my gums white? Well, you're not eating red meat. You're not eating protein. There's no iron and copper in your diet. And they're tired all the time. They're not sleeping well, hormonal issues. An increased appetite. Why would you have an increased appetite Well, there's a signal, a hormone in your gut called CCK that's triggered by the amino acids found in animal protein that tells your brain, okay, I'm getting the nutrients. I don't need to eat anymore. Well, you're eating all of this vegan food and it's not getting those amino acids that your body's starving for. So it says, okay, just keep eating, keep eating. Weight gain, insulin resistance, hormonal imbalances, fatty liver. Aren't these the things that we're trying to stay away from when we go to something like a vegan diet? So if you're choosing to follow this type of diet, you might need to use some supplements. Actually, you need to. So when you are following this diet, like I said, you need the animal protein to get the vitamins and minerals from the soils that we used to be getting from our vegetables and our fruits. Our soils are now depleted, right? So iodine would be number one. Iodine deficiency across the board, regardless of veganism, carnivore, whatever diet you're on, 96% of the United States is iodine deficient. It's become the true health crisis as the soils are depleted of iodine, depleted of everything. And the iodized salt is less available and extremely inefficient at being absorbed. And iodine plays a crucial role in maintaining overall health, especially regarding the cell membrane stability, thyroid function, getting that metabolism and the fat burning, that energy production. In the body, iodine binds to unsaturated fats in the cell membranes, and that brain is the brain of the cell, creating iodolipid value, iodine fat value. So unsaturated fats are less stable, so they require more iodine. Saturated fats, and they're both in that cell membrane, saturated fats are more stable, so they require a little less iodine. But each fat has an iodolipid value, meaning you need iodine to get the nutrients you're taking in into the cells and the toxins out of the cells. The cell's job is to hold on to all of those toxins that our ancestors never had, like microplastics, heavy metals, radiation, all of these things, the artificial sweeteners and seed oils that we've been eating in our processed foods that we switched from now that we're on a vegan diet. But did you know you can eat a lot of processed foods on a vegan diet? Oreos are vegan, margaritas are vegan, French fries are vegan, right? So there's a way to do it the right way and a way to do it the wrong way. But the cell its job is to store those toxins. So you need iodine to get those toxins out of the cells and flushed out of the body. Iodine is also essential for the thyroid. It is that key component that makes up the 2, 3, and 4 in the T2, T3, and T4 thyroid hormones, which are your metabolism, your heart rate, your fat burning, hormonal balance. Without enough iodine, your thyroid cannot do its job, and most vegans are sluggish in their metabolism. Their hair starts falling out, their eyebrows start thinning, their skin looks pale, and their hormones are in the tank, right? Testosterone's in the tank. You've got estrogen dominance, progesterone's in the tank. All of that is related to veganism, but it's also related to a lack of iodine. So iodine supports that cellular health by promoting apoptosis, the body's way of eliminating the damaged cells, which help prevent cancer, slow aging, but also help with the cellular turnover in pregnancy for that fetus and during puberty for our teenagers who need that when they're changing so much, right? It's also essential for producing that ATP inside the mitochondria, inside the cell. That is your energy. That ATP, not the Monster drink or the caffeine from your coffee, but the ATP is your money in the bank. It gives you more vitality. It gives you an immune system. It gets you energy in the gym, energy to your brain, all of that amazing stuff. And it also iodine helps with removing the harmful halogens and heavy metals from the body. So on the periodic table, iodine's in the same family as fluoride, bromide, and chlorine. Now, if you don't have enough iodine to fill those iodine receptor sites on the cells, then those bromides, chlorines, and fluorides are going to fill those things, and they're going to cause the disruption, the chronic disease, the inflammation, the cancers, all of that. Did you know that most women with breast cancer are iodine deficient, and they're loaded with things like bromide? Okay, so iodine is beneficial for that breast health. It's very crucial for your mood. It is the number one cause, or iodine deficiency is the number one cause for depression. It also helps lift that brain fog so you have clear thinking. It is amazing as an antioxidant. It is much stronger than any other antioxidant out there. And it helps with hydration. It actually can hydrate your cells without drinking water, which is amazing, right? So you need it for your mental and your physical well-being, weight management, all the things. Next is magnesium. Magnesium often flies under the radar. It plays a crucial role in keeping your body functioning. It's responsible for over 800 biochemical reactions, maybe even more, from maintaining healthy blood pressure to supporting DNA synthesis to helping with your muscles recovery and sleep and stress. The number one thing when people say, Sara, I've got a headache. Why do I have a headache? Sara, I can't sleep. Sara, I'm stressed. Magnesium, magnesium, magnesium. And if you're having enough magnesium, then we look at something else. So you might experience all of those symptoms, including muscle cramps, twitches, fatigue, even mood disorders. Long term, it can lead to more serious issues like osteoporosis. So magnesium is really important for those bones, not just calcium. Irregular heartbeats, high blood pressure. It also is amazing for your heart health. I've talked about the fact that my son, when he was 15 years old, he was training like an Olympian because he doesn't know how to train less than 150%. And his heart was stopping. His heart was stopping because he was not supplementing with enough salt, magnesium, and potassium, those electrolytes. That's where the accelerated ancient salt comes in, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But you've got to have these electrolytes for your heart. One of magnesium's amazing benefits is its ability to improve sleep quality, making you fall asleep faster, promoting that deeper rest. It's also the number one cause, or I should say the deficiency of magnesium is the number one cause for headaches and migraines. Bone density, and then of course with helping with your performance during exercise and your recovery. It also helps prevent conditions like Alzheimer's and helps with mood and clarity, especially when combined with vitamin D. So you need your magnesium, you need your iodine. Vitamin B12. This is huge because it's really only found in animal products, all of the Bs. Usually if you're on a heavy wild animal protein diet, you don't need to supplement with Bs, but it's always good to get a blood test to find out where you are. B12 is huge. It's essential for nerve function, DNA production, red blood cell formation. You can feel exhausted without it, weak, even experience those nerve damages. And then what makes it even more difficult is over 50% of us, including me and everyone in my family, have that MTHFR gene, which means that if you take the wrong B vitamin, it's not methylating, and it can actually cause toxicity in the liver. This has happened to me. That was one of the contributing factors to my liver enzymes going through the roof. Now, it was also due to viral. It was also due to taking some supplements that were not good for my liver. They were not accelerated health products, I'm admitting, and they were damaging my liver. But one of them was that a B vitamin was in the wrong form that I could not break down because I have this MTHFR gene. So something that was supposed to give me energy and help with my muscle recovery was actually backfiring and making it so I was not assimilating my amino acids from my wild animal proteins or my amino acid supplements. And I literally was eating away at my own muscles, and my liver was screaming at me. And you know me, I love my liver. So this was truly a God thing, teaching me another lesson to teach you. So you want to make sure that your vitamin Bs are coming in the right form. And we'll talk about that in a minute. Now, omega-3 fatty acids. Do I recommend a fish oil? No, I don't. Most of them are rancid. I recommend getting in your fish a couple times a week. But these are very important, and vegans are low in them. They are found in fatty fish. So most vegans are not eating fatty fish. And they are coming in flaxseed and chia seeds and walnuts, which are great. However, these are estrogenic, which can increase the wrong estrogens in your body. So getting it through food, through vegan sources, might backfire. And that's what we're going to get into, is that some of these nutrients that we think we're getting in some of these vegan foods are actually backfiring on our body, making us feel fatigued and sluggish and gaining that weight and not understanding what's going on because we're eating these clean vegan diets, right? Well, iron. Now, iron's interesting because I've been anemic, earlier on in my life. Now I'm tending towards too much iron or too much ferritin, and it's tricky. Well, we are not getting iron from our vegan diet. Most vegans are low in iron, and iron comes in those animal products. Foods like lentils, beans, and spinach have iron, but it's not absorbable. And those foods contain those anti-nutrients that inhibit the absorption, not just of the iron, but of all the other nutrients that we think we're getting from these foods. And it can actually make the malnutrition worse. Iron is vital for carrying oxygen into the blood, and without enough, you might feel tired or weak. Now, iron plays with copper. We're going to talk about that in a minute. So you don't want too much and you don't want too little. Iron is like Goldilocks, right? Most people have too much iron in the body. It's all in the wrong places, and you need the copper to unlock the door to get the iron to where it needs to go. So we'll touch on that in a second. Calcium. Without dairy, it can be tough to hit your calcium goals. We need them for strong bones, but we need it with that vitamin K, and we need it with the magnesium for muscles, nerve function, strong bones. You can get it with fortified plant milk, tofu, and leafy greens like kale and good sources, but I'm cringing as I say those foods. All of those foods have anti-nutrients that are going to rip up our gut. They're going to cause malabsorption of all of our ingredients and our nutrients, and they could be estrogenic, giving us hormonal imbalances. So you don't want to be eating the tofu. The plant milks have been found to be worse for you than dairy. We're trying out A2 dairy in my family for those that are lactose intolerant to see if that works for them instead of the traditional A1 dairy. That's something to look at. Zinc. This is a mineral that's key for your immune system and cell function. It's found in meats and seafood, but plant sources are the legumes, the seeds, the whole grains, but they all have anti-nutrients. So it's really tough to get the right amount of zinc if you're not eating that animal protein. Now, a lot of people have been supplementing with zinc for the pandemic, for their immune system. Well, zinc counteracts copper. So now it's making us all depleted in copper because we've oversupplied our bodies with zinc, something to think about. Next is phosphatidylcholine. Since choline is primarily found in animal-based foods like eggs, meat, and fish, vegetarians and vegans are at a higher risk for not getting them, and it plays a crucial role in brain function, liver health, and even muscle movement. It's often overlooked in the plant-based diets. It is especially important for us menopausal, perimenopausal women. We're not getting it, and we need it even more. Vegan sources of choline are the cruciferous vegetables like broccoli and Brussels sprouts, soy products, quinoa, and you got to see me clinching here, and the beans, but they all come with the anti-nutrients. The cruciferous vegetables are full of sulfur. Our bodies can't process sulfur, most of us right now, because the GMOs and the glyphosate have disrupted our sulfur detox pathway. So when we eat these healthy vegetables that are on our vegan healthy diet, they're actually backing up our liver, making things worse, causing brain fog, weight gain, inflammation throughout the body, all of the symptoms. And the anti-nutrients are not only providing the amount the animal sources do, but you're gonna have to eat a ton of it, and you've got the anti-nutrients that are counteracting it. So that is something that is really important to supplement with, and I will talk about that in a minute. Vitamin D, the sunshine vitamin. I'm in Southern California. I do not wear sunscreen. I am out in the sun at least an hour a day, and my vitamin D levels are not high. We all need vitamin D, and it's hard to get from food alone, even for the non-vegans. So most people need to supplement. When it comes to bone health, vitamin D helps your body absorb the calcium, which is crucial, and it also prevents that osteoporosis. I know I've got osteoporosis in my family, so I've got to be super careful. That's why you got to lift those heavy weights, girls. That's part of the equation. Swimming does not help. Swimming takes away the gravity. So something to think about. And vitamin D is a powerhouse for your immune system, really important. And just think, when during the pandemic, we were all inside, right? And that our immune systems were suffering. So it is a key player for your immune system, but also your mental health, just like that iodine. So adequate levels of vitamin D can improve your mood, may help reduce the risk of depression, and there's still research going on between that. So it also helps with just brain health in general, regulates blood pressure, helps with vitamin or managing diabetes. Most of us are insulin resistant now, and we might be insulin resistant even if we're not eating sugar. You know, I've been told that I actually will have insulin resistance if I eat a high fat diet. I am showing high levels of blood sugar because of liver issues, even though my insulin's low. So it's really interesting. We are in a whole new environment where our livers have been attacked by that spike protein and tripped up other viral activity like Epstein-Barr, varicella virus, all of these other viral things that are coming out of the woodworks. They are tripping up our liver, tripping up our insulin resistance. And so most of us, regardless of how much sugar you're eating, could be suffering from insulin resistance. It's something to make sure you're watching. And just a simple blood test number is not going to tell you the full story, right? There's an interplay between your liver enzymes, your insulin, your blood sugar, your hormones, your thyroid. It creates this full big picture. Protein. Is this a mystery? Yeah, there are proteins in vegan foods, right? But you're getting them from beans and lentils and quinoa and tofu. So this is the problem. Vegan proteins don't provide all of the essential amino acids in the right ratios for optimal utilization as animal proteins do. They fall short. So think of it as a bicycle. You're getting a handlebar and 3 seats and 1 wheel to create a bicycle. How many bicycles do you have? None. And I have all of these leftover amino acids and parts. What do I do with them? I store them as fat. When you eat wild animal protein that is assimilated and broken down and repackaged to feed your muscles and your hair and your skin, the body's taking every single amino acid. You've got the 1 handlebar, the 2 wheels, the 1 seat to make 1 bicycle. There's no leftovers. There's nothing to store as fat. And these vegan proteins are coming with a ton of carbohydrates and a lot of extra calories. You've got to eat a lot of food, and your brain is saying, okay, keep eating more. I'm not getting what I need. Because remember, that CCK hormone in the gut is not being triggered and telling your brain to stop eating. So then you just keep eating, and then you create weight gain and insulin resistance. Because even though you're eating healthy carbs, you're eating a lot of them. And I'm not promoting a low carb diet, but most vegans end up eating way too many carbs. So this is the problem. They're incomplete proteins. They fail to build the muscles and tissues effectively. And then those leftover amino acids are often converted to fat. And you've got soy, which is the common vegan protein. It's mostly loaded with GMOs and glyphosate, which can disrupt hormonal balance, increasing the wrong types of estrogens in the body. Pea protein, another popular option, prone to mold contamination, can lead to inflammation, leaky gut, and other health issues. So you have to be very careful. You've got the lectins, the molds, the sulfur, the oxalates, all of these anti-nutrients that are in these vegan proteins to watch out for. Now, I mentioned copper when I was talking about zinc and iron. Copper is overlooked. It is needed for that iron. It's needed to get the iron to where it needs to go. It is literally, usually, the hidden cause of anemia, not low iron. It's needed for energy, healthy immune system, and fat burning, and insulin resistant. So it helps with insulin sensitivity. While some plant foods have copper, like cashews, sunflower seeds, and lentils, the vegans have trouble balancing that copper and zinc, and that could lead to an imbalance. And those foods could be coming with mold or lectins or other anti-nutrients. So you want to make sure you're having a balance of copper and zinc, right? Okay, so the anti-nutrients in a vegan diet, I've talked a little bit about this, but these foods lack the nutritional profile once they had because of the mineral depleted soil. So we're not even getting what we think we are getting. These foods also have these anti-nutrients because you have to think about them. A plant is just sitting there like a sitting duck out in nature and doesn't want to get eaten. So it has these anti-nutrients so the animals don't eat it. These anti-nutrients are natural compounds, and they can interfere with your body's ability to absorb the certain nutrients, and they're not harmful in small amounts maybe, but they can become an issue. Or if your state of health right now is compromised, then you really are going to have a flare up just by a small little exposure to it. So this is a point where maybe you can handle some oxalates or sulfur vegetables when you're really strong in your health, but maybe when you're fighting a virus, your body says no thank you. So you've got the phytates. These are found in grains, seeds, legumes, nuts. They bind to minerals like iron, zinc, calcium, and magnesium, making them harder for your body to absorb. So you're not getting what you need. The oxalates. This is a natural occurring compound that turns into oxalates when it binds with minerals like calcium, magnesium, potassium, or sodium. They come from foods that many of you are relying on, like almonds, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, most nuts, berries, and chocolate. We've had Sally K. Norton on talking about oxalates. Make sure you go back and listen to her. And they can contribute to a host of health issues, thyroid issues, slow metabolism, weight gain, inflammation, kidney stones, arthritis, joint pain, even gout. They also clog up the body's detox pathways that can lead to gut problems, bloating, dysbiosis, other digestive issues. So watch out for those oxalates. Now, all of these foods are listed in the Accelerated Health Guide. So make sure you check that out. It's at acceleratedhealthproducts.com. Just go down to look at articles and guides and you will find the Accelerated Food Guide. Lectins, they're tough on your digestive system because your GI tract cannot break them down. They mess with digestion, block energy absorption, weaken your immune system, throw off the balance in your gut bacteria, and your gut bacteria is your health. That's where your immune system is. It's connected to your brain, all of the things, right? So what's worse is that these lectins can damage your intestinal walls, causing leaky gut. So you've got holes in the intestinal walls, proteins go through into the bloodstream. The body says, oh my gosh, I don't recognize this. What is it? Has an exaggerated inflammatory response, and you get your autoimmune issues, your pain, your inflammation, all the things. So when you have that widespread inflammation throughout your body, it can cause organ damage, joint pain, even autoimmune conditions like rheumatoid arthritis or diabetes. And the lectins are found in some of my favorite foods like eggplant. Oh my gosh, I miss eggplant. Tomatoes, I can handle tomatoes. Can't handle eggplants. Peppers, I can handle peppers. Potatoes, can't handle them too much. All beans, I blow up like a balloon when I eat the beans. Fruits, some fruits are fine, some fruits are not fine for me. So you have to test yourself and really see how your body reacts. Bloat is not normal. If you're bloating, it's not a normal thing. If you're putting on 3 pounds overnight, that's not fat. That's water inflammation telling you, I did not like what you ate last night. Don't ever eat it again. That is a sign. Don't think that you've gained 3 pounds of fat overnight, right? Okay, so those are to be watched out for. And then you've got the tannins. Tannins are in teas, coffee, some legumes, and they can bind to minerals like iron, making them less available. Now, do I drink my coffee? I do. Coffee is also high histamine, so make sure you're watching out for that or taking histoharmony with your coffee and with your food to negate that histamine response. You've got the glucosinolates. They're found in the cruciferous vegetables, and this is away from the sulfur, but these can impact the thyroid, interfering with your hormonal production as well. But they also are found in sulfur, or they have sulfur in them too. And sulfur is an essential compound found in many vegan foods and supplements and medications. But for some, they can be the hidden culprit, and they are found in foods like kale, broccoli, cauliflower, garlic, onions, and a lot of people think they're healthy, right? But they can cause bloating, gas, joint pain, even more serious conditions like Crohn's, which is something that I suffered from, and arthritis. I blow up like a balloon. I can't get my rings off when I eat sulfur vegetables. So what's happened is that these vegetables that used to be healthy for us, our environment filled with the toxins like glyphosate can make it hard for our body to process these foods properly, and then it causes a backed up liver. Backing up on top of the other toxins that we talk about, the heavy metals, the glyphosate, the GMOs, the artificial foods, the non-organic pesticides, everything, right? So our liver's saying, I can't do anymore. So you want to take that burden down. The spike protein is making it even worse. So if you've had reactions to sulfur drugs or red wine, that is a sign that you need to stop the full sulfur foods. Asthma, skin rashes, strong urine odor after eating asparagus, that is a sign that you can't process sulfur. Issues like ADHD, neurotransmitter imbalances, digestive problems, IBS are all linked to this imbalance. So what do you do? What supplements do you take? Now, I've done a podcast on filling in the gaps of the paleo diet. I follow a paleo diet. I stick to organic. I'm not on a low carb diet. I tend to be on a leaner or a lower fat diet. I don't process fats very well. Fats actually trigger insulin resistance in me. So I focus on the whole carbs, but I focus on that wild animal protein. You still need to supplement because the modern food supply is missing nutrients, the depleted soils, our food system's been hijacked, all of the things, right? So as a vegan, I would love for you to start eating some fish. Maybe pick one wild animal protein to just try. Bison is the most nutrient dense. Elk is second, right? I'm not talking about chicken or poultry or pork or conventionally raised beef. I'm talking about the wild animal proteins. And you will be amazed at how much energy you have if you just increase your animal protein just a little bit. So let me know if you're willing to, and let me know how you feel once you do. But if you're not, these are the nutrients you need to start taking in through supplements. And number one is essential amino acids. Now, something very exciting that I am coming out with is the accelerated aminos. And not only is it going to have the essential amino acids, but it's going to have other ingredients that keeps you in an anabolic state, so you're not breaking down your muscles when you're working out. It's also going to help with protein synthesis. It's also going to help with your gut. I'm so excited. I've been using it. I love it. My brain's on fire when I start taking it. Now that's coming. But in the meantime, second best is the MAP essential amino acids. Some of you who have followed me in the past, I've switched to MAP for other reasons. The other supplement that I was taking actually had something in it toxic that was actually contributing to my liver enzymes going up. So MAP essential amino acids is the OG in the essential amino acid market. And it's one that I was taking 20 years ago before I knew anything, before essential amino acids were even popular. And so it is an amazing formula, clean and pure, and you get that 99% utilization from your body. But taking essential amino acids, whether it's the MAP or the upcoming accelerated aminos, you're getting the exact ratio that your muscles need. So even when you're eating the food with the amino acids, there's not 99% utilization. Now we need the food, like the wild animal protein because it provides the B's, the zinc, the copper, even sulfur in a way that your body can process it, and the collagen, right? So you need the food ideally. But if you are doing a vegan diet, then the essential amino acids are even that much more important. And it's also a huge tool in gaining muscle while losing fat. You do not have to bulk and gain muscle and fat at the same time and then cut. You don't have to do that when you're using essential amino acids. So one serving equals the equivalent of 30 grams of whey protein without the calories and without any of the side effects like the mold or the inflammation or digestive issues. Next is the acceleradine iodine. If I'm on a deserted island and I can take one thing, it's the acceleradine iodine. It is a game changer. Number one, you are deficient. If you're not supplementing with acceleradine iodine, you are not getting enough iodine. And it's going to boost your energy, lift that brain fog, help with your metabolism, get you off that weight loss plateau, fat oxidation. So many vegans are struggling due to the nutritional deficiencies in their diet of all of these things. And iodine plays that crucial role in also detoxing the cells. Remember, it's part of that cell membrane, that iodo-lipid value. We need to get the toxins out and the nutrients in. The little nutrients that our vegan diets provide, we need to get those into the cells, increase that ATP. And then outside the cells, it cleanses the blood so the liver can do its job. Nothing works. No nutrients are absorbing. No protein is being broken down. No fat is being broken down if your liver is not working, right? This is something that I had to learn the hard way. My body was not using anything because my liver wasn't using anything. Well, iodine is a big part of cleansing the liver, so you're cleansing the liver and the blood so your liver can do its job, and helping flush out those toxins and balancing the estrogen and progesterone in your hormones. Really important. It is also very good at lowering the inflammation throughout the body, increasing that apoptosis, getting rid of the disease cells in the body. It's very good for fibroids, PCOS, other animal-based, plant-based diets. A lot of women are having that estrogen dominance. And just from the spike protein, we're seeing fertility go down. We're seeing menstrual cycles get worse, fibroids increase, menopausal symptoms get worse. I've seen it in my own family. And just by taking the iodine, you're balancing out those hormones. You can also use the acceleradine iodine with the accelerated scalar castor oil and put it on your breast tissue for the fibroids or the lumps, or around your uterus if you have fibroids, even for a castor oil pack over your thyroid or over your liver when you're doing one of my liver flush cleanses, or just when you want to do it. Or if you have backache and kidney issues, to reduce that inflammation, do the acceleradine iodine and the accelerated castor oil pack over those organs. If you have an appendicitis, that's what you do. I saved myself from getting my appendix out years ago with this method. So something that is very powerful. But the acceleradine iodine is different than any other iodine out there. I've had few people contact me saying, well, Sarah, I've got a different iodine. Can I finish that before I take yours? Most iodine supplements out there don't have a good absorption. It's only about 10 to 20%. And they're coming from toxic sources. Because of Fukushima, most iodine is coming from the Asias that have been contaminated because of Fukushima. So I do not recommend any other iodine other than acceleradine iodine. It is enhanced with the scalar frequency. It is I-, meaning it's one molecule of iodine that is looking to absorb in every cell of your body, not just your thyroid. So it is super absorbable and effective. When you switch to acceleradine, you will feel it day one. Okay, next, with that acceleradine iodine on my deserted island, the second one is the accelerated ancient salt, because they go together. Just by putting a pinch of it on your tongue, you're rehydrating your cells, you're curbing your cravings, suppressing appetite, lowering your blood sugar, and you're hydrating your cells. You're working with that sodium potassium pump inside and outside the cells. you're also helping with that iodine symporter, iodine sodium symporter. You need iodine and sodium for every cell in the body. You can use it when you're feeling hangry on a vegan diet or need the extra minerals for balance. Most people, because of the spike protein, their cells are dehydrated, and you need that complete salt, not the refined salts. But accelerated ancient salt has over 62 minerals. It comes from the Andes, the Himalayas, and Utah, and it is packed with those minerals. Most Himalayan salt is actually not Himalayan salt, and Dead Sea salt. There was just a report, I believe Andrew Huberman was talking about how sea salt is full of microplastics now. You can't just get that. So accelerated ancient salt is also infused with the scalar frequencies, which are designed to help detox the body from the heavy metals and radiation, boost the electrolytes, and do all the things. So it takes it to another level. The accelerated scalar copper. So we talked about why copper is so key. It is needed for, especially for vegans. Most of them are copper deficient. It is needed for fat burning, for getting that iron to where it needs to go, to alleviating the anemia, helping with the red blood cell production, helps with hemoglobin. It carries oxygen throughout the body. It's needed for collagen, elastin, for your skin, for your hair color, for your eye color. Did you know that your eyes lose their color as you age? Well, that's copper. So you need the copper for your hair and your eyes. It's also really important for your immune system and your brain and your nervous system. Copper foods are known as brain foods for a reason. Next is the body biovitamin B plus. So I mentioned that you could be taking the wrong Bs, especially if you have the MTHFR. This one has all of the Bs in the right form. So it's crucial, and that gives you the energy that you need. Most vegans are lacking vitamins Bs because you only get them in animal protein. Then the vitamin D, Thorne vitamin D 5000 is what I take, and it is third-party tested. It has a wide range of benefits, that promoting lean muscle mass, helping maintain that muscle strength, teeth, bones, all the things that we talked about. Now, you're not going to absorb anything if your liver's not working, but if your gut is leaky, right? So you might need the accelerated leaky gut bundle. It has the Megaspore Biotic, which is a spore-based probiotic. It reconditions the gut. It gives your gut the right probiotics that you need, which might be different from what I need. And then the Mega Pre feeds those bacteria, makes them populate quicker, and the Mega Mucosa helps heal that gut lining and heal that leaky gut. The phosphatidylcholine, the Body Bio PC, is the one I take every day. I felt a difference right away in my brain when I started taking it. Why? Because it was working with the iodine on my cell membranes. It is the lipid in the iodo-lipid value, and it's helping me get rid of any seed oils much quicker that can be in your body for up to 7 years, and the microplastics and the toxins, and it's helping the nutrients get in. So it is helping the integrity of the cell membranes, and it helps with the HDLs in the body. And you also get an increase in the liver detoxification, protects against fatty liver disease. It's needed for neurotransmitter health in your brain, so many things, digestive health, even mood regulation. I just feel good on it. It's amazing. So that is what I love for my cell membranes. Now, liver health, the accelerated liver care. I mentioned that my liver enzymes were through the roof and my body was not absorbing any nutrients, even the wild animal protein nutrients, because my liver was taxed. The accelerated liver care. It was a God thing because it came out literally when I was in this crisis. And within a 2.5-week period, my liver enzymes went from 700, which will freak out any doctor if they see that I had that number, down below 90 in 2.5 weeks. And now it's even lower. It's in normal range. So the accelerated liver care is beyond any other liver supplement. It takes 13 amazing nutrients, ones that you've heard of like to ones that you've never heard of, like Palperera, that are so amazing for not just detoxification, but rebuilding that liver, whether it's damaged from drinking too much alcohol or just living the modern day lifestyle, right? Whether you're eating organic every day and doing all the right things, or you're on the standard American diet, every one of us needs to be supporting our liver on a daily basis. Now, in addition to the supplements we just talked about, you can use the accelerated food guide to choose the optimal vegan and vegetarian foods without the anti-nutrients. There are some good vegetables out there. I love vegetables and fruits. I eat them every day. And if you're open to incorporating some animal protein, stick to the wild and let me know. Start with the bison, start with the white fish. Those are the easiest to digest, and see how it goes. You're not going to want to go back. I promise you that. So thanks for listening. Our discussion does not have to stop here. If you're feeling lost in the supplement world, if you're overwhelmed with what I just talked about, no worries. I'm here to help. I can help put together a protocol for you, whether it's a big one or a small one, depending on your tolerance. And you can get that protocol at SaraBantaHealth.com. Just fill out the form that's there. Follow me on social media at Accelerated Health Products for more insights. And no downside in joining the free health group coaching on Telegram. I answer your questions. I post insights, keep you moving forward each and every day. And you can listen to this podcast, all of the podcasts, by finding Accelerated Health with SaraBanta on Spotify, YouTube, Apple, E360, iHeartRadio, Amazon, all the things, over 100 different platforms. And spread the knowledge to all of your vegan friends. Share this podcast. And I'm not against veganism. I'm not against carnivorism. I'm not against. I want to find the diet that's right for you, but we all need to fill in the gaps. You can shop at acceleratedhealthproducts.com and use coupon podcast10 for 10% off your first order. Remember, I'm live every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, so join me next time for more ways to unlock your health potential.